do, Bless K Crew? And today we are going to be talking about Queen Athaliah. One, how she was a narcissist, and two, her tragic demise due to the fact that she was spiritually wicked. Okay? But I don't know why. So earlier, as I was studying and getting ready to make this video for y'all, I was going to flip to the actual verse, which would be 2 Kings chapter 11. But God brought my attention to 2 Kings 10:10 for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and read that verse. Know then that not a word the Lord had spoken against the house of Ahab, who was a narcissist, will fail. The Lord has done what he announced through his servant Elijah. So Jehu killed everyone in Jezreel who remained of the house of Ahab, as well as all his chief men, his close friends, and his priests, leaving him no survivor. Okay, so I believe what God is saying here is that the narcissists in your life, if God has promised you something regarding them, I guess he's saying that his word is not void, meaning it's going to happen. And that goes for the narcissist friend, lover, family members, anybody who I guess tried to come up against you. Their demise is going to happen. I guess that's what God is saying with this message. Now, we want to go ahead and take on to the focus of Athaliah. There is a reason why God continues putting Athaliah in my spirit. So we're going to just go ahead and read chapter 11. Here you will meet Queen Athaliah, the spiritually wicked, narcissistic queen. When Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she proceeded to destroy the whole royal family. But Jehosheba, the daughter of King Jehoram and sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, son of Ahaziah, and stole him away from among the royal princes who were about to be murdered. She put him and his nurse in a bedroom to hide him from Athaliah, so he was not killed. He remained hidden with his nurse at the temple of the Lord for 6 years while Athaliah ruled the land. Okay, so we see here that Queen Athaliah, one, is a narcissist. Why? Because she wanted to remain in power so badly that she killed her grandchildren. But God had a plan. He spared one of the grandchildren, okay? And that would be King Joash later on. But this is what really just came into my mind here. If Queen Athaliah would kill her own bloodline to stay in power, what would your family do to you to keep them in power? Right? That's kind of crazy. But this is what narcissists do. They are jealous of their own family members, okay? They are jealous of those who are around them. And if they could, they would most definitely kill you off to take your place. Okay, so that was y'all meeting Queen Athaliah. Now we will go to the death of Athaliah. We'll start at verse 12. Jehoiada, in these names, he was the priest that was supposed to be over Joash. You know what? We're going to even start at verse 13. We're going to go to verse 12. Jehoiada brought out the king's son and put the crown on him. He presented him with a copy of the covenant and proclaimed him king. They anointed him, and the people clapped their hands and shouted, "Long live the king." When Athaliah heard the noise made by the guards and the people, she went to the people at the temple of the Lord. She looked, and there was the king standing by the pillar, as the custom was. The officers and the trumpeters were beside the king, and all the people of the land were rejoicing and blowing trumpets. Then Athaliah tore her robes and called out, "Treason, treason." Jehoiada the priest ordered the commanders of units of 100 who were in charge of the troops, "Bring her out between the ranks and put to the sword anyone who follows her." For the priest had said, "She must not be put to death in the temple of the Lord." So they seized her as she reached the place where the horses entered the palace grounds, and there she was put to death. Jehoiada then made a covenant between the Lord and the king and people that they would be the Lord's people. He also made a covenant between the king and the people. All the people of the land went to the temple of Baal and tore it down. They smashed the altars and idols to pieces and killed Mathan, the priest of Baal, in front of the altars. Okay, we'll stop right there. Alright, so as you can see, the same pit that she dug for her grandchildren, we're talking about Queen Athaliah here, the narcissistic grandmother, she fell right into it. And God never ceases to rescue his chosen ones, okay? So like in this case and scenario, she ended up dying, one, because she committed treason by trying to kill off all of her bloodline just to stay in power. And what happened? God spared Joash, the son of Ahaziah, a king who ended up dead. And when it was the proper due timing, King Joash came to be king, okay? So not only was it important that Joash became king, but it was important because there was a covenant to be made before the people and the Lord due to the fact that Queen Athaliah served Baal. And y'all know that I tell y'all about Baal on my channel. I speak about Baal being the Baphomet, he, she, go, okay? That is a demon. And you know, that is an idol before God. And God says you should have no other God before me. So, not only did that happen, but they ended up smashing all the altars that were worshiping Baal. And they even killed the priest of Baal in front of the altar, okay? So they said, God, we're not playing about you. We're going to get rid of this demonic idol that we have been worshiping because of Queen Athaliah. All right? So there y'all have it. If y'all like this video, of spiritual knowledge. Like, comment, share with friends and family. Most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, bless K Crew. Stay blessed.